Hey guys, it's Brian with Midnight Mechanic. Today we're going to show you how to remove the seats out of your GMT-800 truck. Now that's 99 to 2009 Chevy or GMC Silverado and Sierra. Now this truck right here is a 99, and as you can see, it's got a little bit of damage. But the good thing is that the interior is really, really nice. The problem is that the interior in our truck, Eldona, is really, really bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull all the interior parts that we can use, the headliner, the carpet, the seats, all of that to make our truck just a little bit nicer. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and pull the seats out of this, and we're going to show you how to do it. So the first thing I would recommend doing is go ahead and cleaning your seats. Now this truck right here was hit on either side and it smashed all the windows, and there's glass everywhere, all the carpet, seats, everything like that. Now, if your seats are really disgusting, you might also want to do that because, you don't want to get glass or junk or anything on top of you while you're trying to get the seat out of the thing. Plus, when you put them back in your truck, it's a lot easier to have nice clean seats when you go in there. So go ahead, we're going to get the vacuum and just try to vacuum as much of this glass out as we can so I don't get all cut up and nasty. So if you look on the bolts, they're a little bit different than normal bolts. Well, that's because they're inverted Torx things. Use this socket right here. See, we used a 15 millimeter and an 11 millimeter to get them off, but if they're on there super tight, like one of the ones was on here, we ended up having to grab this out of our toolbox and use this. If you need these, look down below in the description, and there'll be a link to buy some, so hopefully you guys will have these in your toolbox. These are very, very infrequently used. Some of them need to be used on like a Jeep crank sensor. There's a 10 millimeter that needs these right here, and also seatbelts in these. You don't use them very often, but when you need them, you got to have them in your toolbox or else you're in a bad situation. Now that it's all cleaned up, we can go ahead and start removing the seat. It's as easy as 4 bolts and 1 electrical connector. The trick is to make sure, you're going to want to have it moved forward and back. Make sure that works. Make sure the battery is hooked up. Otherwise, you can't get to those rear bolts. So we're going to move it all the way back. The trick is when you start with it all the way back, then you can take the front ones out. So then when you move it forward, it's more compact so you can get it out easier without the track sticking out. So what we're going to do is we're going to move it all the way back like we have it right now, and then go ahead and remove these front bolts. So here are the front bolts. There's one down right there, and there's one over here. They may look funny, but they're just 15 millimeter bolts. We're going to go ahead and take those two out. Now that we have those front bolts out, we can go ahead and slide the seat all the way forward so we can access those rear bolts. So the rear bolts are right here. There's one there, and over here under this cap, there's another one. See, it's got that little press on it. Sits on that post. Right there is the other bolt. Now these are odd. These are 11 millimeters. It's kind of an odd size for a GM truck, but 11 millimeters is what's going to take that out. So now that the seat is loose, you can go ahead and rotate it towards the back and unplug those wires. Now right here under the seat is the plug that you're going to want to take out. It's right here. All you really have to do, push the little tab in and unplug it. Now there's nothing else attached, and you can remove it from your truck. Okay, so this is the driver's seat out of there. We didn't show you taking it out because the entire side of that truck was smashed in, and it was smashed in so far that it actually bent the track of these and it wouldn't move forward and back. So we couldn't access those rear bolts. Now, if you end up with a situation like that where you cannot get those rear bolts off or the front bolts off, as long as you can access one of them, you can get to it. You can also probably access them by getting a little bit contorted and getting under there. But there's two bolts on either track that you can take out that will allow it to freewheel on that track, and you can slide it manually. Luckily, we were able to access one side, the bent side of it. So then we used the motor to move the other side while pushing one side, and it slid over here. So here's those bolts we were talking about. So right here on either side, there's these inverted Torx ones. You can actually use a 5/16 wrench. If you remove those, it allows the track to slide over the motor part of it that has the threads in it. And you can see in there, there's some threads. Well, it's a threaded rod and it rides on this right here. And by unbolting those, it'll slide on it. So luckily we were able to access those, and then we can get it all the way out. So both seats are out now. The driver's side comes out just like the passenger side. Two in the front, two in the back, and then there's a plug you take off. We didn't show you because, like I just said, it was bent and we couldn't really get to it, but there's nothing to really show. It's literally what we showed you on the passenger side. Just do the exact same thing on the driver's side. Now, if you have a console, it comes out a little bit differently, but if you have a 60/40 bench like this truck has, once you get those two seats out, the other one just bolts to the floor. So when you're reinstalling, you have to make sure you install the center part of it first, and then you can install either side. We're going to take the one out that's in there, and we'll show you what it looks like. So here is the little center part of the 60/40 bench seat. You can see it goes right there. That's where the bolts attach. And there's the stud that goes into the seat. The other side's identical. All it does is you put that on the floor over the bolt holes and over that stud, and then you bolt down the seat right over top of it, and it doesn't come out. So now that it's already undone, we're just going to pick it up and remove it. So there you go. It's really easy to do. It's just 8 bolts and 2 electrical connectors. Now, don't forget to buy that socket. It's really cheap, and it's one of those tools that when you have it in your toolbox and you need it, you're so happy you do. But if you don't, you're out of luck until you get it. So go ahead and get one. Put them in your toolbox. I rarely use them, but when I do, I'm so glad I have them, because you can end up in a situation where it's rounded off and then you end up having to cut it off or do something ridiculous with it when you could have just had the right tool to start. Now, if you need to remove the rear seat, look on our channel. There's another video of how to remove the rear seat. If there's anything else you'd like to learn about, post down below in the comments. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at The Midnight Mech, TikTok at The Midnight Mechanic, and subscribe to our channel so you can see all of our how-tos and more of our shows. We'll see you guys next time.